Right, we keep saying the timing of the storm is really the worst it could be,
great.
of course,
Yeah.
when it
Not great.
arrives. But some people will get snow from this. Not here, but this
Yes.
storm is so big that
Like Chicago.
there's a snowy side.
Yeah, Chicago is the side, and that is true. Like I feel like sometimes some of these stories overblow the impacts on travel, but this one's legit because it's going to hit basically from Chicago. If you're flying from Chicago east Thursday and Friday, it's going to be
You're
a
in the
little
storm.
dicey. Yeah, unless you're just doing like southern routes, like Florida to Louisiana or something. But the rest of these are going to be,
Most of us are in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they're definitely going to be bumpy if nothing else. So I don't mind a little bumpy flight, but I'm weird. So you know.
You are.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we knew that about me. And the storm is actually not even really on the map yet. This little area out towards Billings is the beginning of our storm, believe it or not. It'll come off Denver and the lee side of the Rockies, link up with a low down here, and then boom, we've got our big storm that we've been watching for 6 days now, something we still have several days before it actually gets here. And as I stressed yesterday, the weather prior to this storm is pleasantly quiet. Not a lot going on tonight. Temperatures in the 20s and teens. Tomorrow looks good. If anything, it looks a little more consistently sunny compared to today, but otherwise it's similar into the mid and upper 30s. Mountains are in the low 30s if you can get out skiing tomorrow or Thursday. That would be great because after that things are going to go downhill, I think, pretty quickly for a little while. And then Thursday we cloud up, but during the daytime on Thursday, if you got stuff to do, no problems there, mid 30s again. And here comes the storm. Now this I think is a little fast. This model's a little fast, but it is worth noting the storm has sped up. So we start with some rain and mountain snow overnight Thursday and then through the day on Friday. So here's the setup again. There's that low digging out of the lee side of the Rockies, linking up with a low down to the south and east, and boom, huge storm out towards Toronto and Chicago at some point. But we're still squarely in the warm sector here on Friday. And so after an initial burst of snow in the mountains, even they change over to rain during the day on Friday, and it's heavy rain and wind after that. So just to give you a better idea of the timing here we are Friday morning, so overnight Thursday, and we've got rain, and we do have mountain snow, but eventually that gets scoured out, probably by late morning at the latest. The rest of us are rain all the way through. The peak of this storm has now shifted to during the day on Friday for the vast majority of the state, especially southern Maine into the mid-coast, and it's probably just around sunset or so on Friday. Over down East Maine, the heaviest comes through. Try to chase it with some snow. Good luck with that. That never really works out. Moisture chasing cold air is kind of a weather weenie pitfall if I ever saw one. All right, so here's what we're looking at for winds. And let me just say a couple of things so it doesn't seem as scary. One, these are gusts. They're not sustained. So don't think, oh, this is like a hurricane. No, a hurricane is sustained at 74. These are gusts. That being said, obviously this is enough to create quite a few power outages, especially into the mid-coast down into southern coastal Maine with the second max into the mountains. The other factor to think about is the rain, 2 to 3 inches of rain, guys. And you have to take into account when you think about flooding, the snow you're going to melt too. So, you know, some of these areas have 25 to 30 inches of snow on the ground. Say they melt 2/3 of it, which they probably will. That's a lot of moisture. So that gets added to the totals. And one more thing, the storm moving up is bad news for astronomical high tide. It's the highest of the month at 10:15 in the morning on Friday. So we're also going to have some coastal flooding issues. So just a wild day there, unfortunately, on Friday.
Yeah.
Things settled down for a couple of days after that.
Yeah. Well, the coast had it pretty low key for the last storm, so
Yes.
It's only fair.
We're kind of
Well
flipping
balanced.
positions here a little bit. Yeah, the mountain should be a little bit more laid back, but the coast is going to have a tough time, yeah.
all right. Thank you, Keith.